but I was thinking about buying another colorway, and I'm like, damn, chill, you're not rich.
Post a picture. I want to see it.
Like,
Are we talking sneakers?
Yeah.
I'd rather have a whole video on that.
Hey, speaking about the videos, did you post the ones from last week?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't get them.
You unsubscribed, bro, from the channel.
I actually am. I don't think I have the notification thing or something.
You weren't liking some of the political feedback, so you weren't about that. Yeah, these Sundays are weirdly really hard to wake up to.
I know.
Tell me about it.
Because yesterday I woke up at 5 in the morning and went to work like it was nothing, and today I can't.
Damn, you started Ubering at 5?
At 6, but I woke up at 5.
That's crazy. That is great.
I've been all over the place this week, dude. I had like, I did a ride from like my house to Corona, and then from Corona to Riverside, Riverside to Anaheim, Anaheim to Long Beach, and Long Beach to downtown LA.
Damn, just going back and forth.
Yeah, I was making bank that day. I was like, damn, it was all like big rides.
Putting them miles.
Yeah. Did you post something?
Oh, these are.
Yeah, I put it in off topic.
I like the black ones with the gum sole on the bottom.
I got the purple and black.
I know the purple and black were sick too.
I did want. I was debating between those and the dark all black, but I was like, let me put a little color in them.
I actually need all black shoes.
Yeah, those are sick. I feel like he was inspired by like Jordan and Air Maxes at the same time.
Mm-hmm. They just released?
Somewhat recently. But there's these other blue ones that didn't appear that I want to buy.
How much are they, anyways?
I found them on sale for like, they were originally like 100 something, and I got them for 80.
Oh, it's not bad.
And then the other ones I want are like 60. I might just do it on some fucking shit.
Just do it. You'll have a good
I'm gonna show y'all my latest sneakers real quick. Just posted them. Since we talking sneakers, I gotta get it out there.
Sick. Are those Adidas?
Yeah, there's a Bad Bunny edition.
I could totally see you with these. I wouldn't rock them, but I could see you with them.
You definitely see you with those two.
I got a big.
Those look comfortable though.
They kind of aren't, but they're tight.
You already bought them?
Yeah, they're just the latest ones that I've gotten, but yeah.
The upper tongue part like reminds me of a old skate shoe from back in the days. How it's fat.
Yeah, a lot of Bad Bunny shoes have like this skater look.
And the side looks like it's a guard for the grip tape.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think of.
And the brown part is fuzzy. It's kind of like it feels hairy. It kind of feels cool.
Sick. Are they new or what? They just released?
I don't know. I don't keep up with it like that. I
Wait,
just like
the Bad Bunny collab. How much did you pay for that?
Nah, it was like 150 to 120. I forget. So that's kind of like the price. When I buy sneakers, that ends up kind of being the price, unfortunately.
All hype.
Unless I go to a shoe store in the mall and see like a 6 sale on something that I'm like, oh, I like them, and they're on that price, I gotta get them.
You legit buy on the price.
If I like them though, it's not like random shoes. If I like it and then I'm like, whoa, these are. I'll go in looking for the ones that are on sale, and then I'm like, all right, are these tight though? Like I don't just buy whatever shoes.
You're crazy.
I'm gonna start buying 2 of everything because I'm fucking sick of shopping, man.
That's what I do. I usually buy 2 of whatever I get.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that.
How was your guys' trading week?
Fucking horrible.
It was a good week.
I lost $42. not my worst week of the month, but it wasn't good either.
I lost 69 on the week just from Thursday.
That's crazy. What do you think it was?
I got liquidated again because of my daily loss.
I thought it was 50.
It was 50, but I had lost like $22 or something like that before.
But
'Cause I
shouldn't
took
it auto liquidate you before 69?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
That's crazy.
Oh, the price jumped up real quick, and then
Damn,
back
even
down.
the auto liquidate couldn't get you out on time? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That's a trip. Imagine it was like 10 contracts.
Oh, dude.
Take even longer.
Hey, you think we're gonna make it?
I think so. But
Yeah,
I'm just on
I
a hype
do.
of this week.
I feel like this shit's getting harder.
It is. Honestly, I do think it got harder for me. But Matt said it took him 3 to 4 years. So once I
So
start
much.
struggling at 3 to 4 years, then I'll start second guessing it.
Dude, it's like almost there, man.
I don't know if
I
you guys
know.
do this, but because like you're asking, do you think it's getting harder? Like every day, I have an affirmation that I read that I'm like, oh, this shit's like you're nowhere near close. So stop being like this is what I tell myself. I'm not saying it to you, but like I stop being bummed out when you feel like you're not getting it. It's like you have such a long way to go. And to me, because I believe that, I'm like, I'm just more like, yeah, it's hard right now. I'm just waiting for the next time I figure it out and then get confused again.
I guess the impatience in me is wanting to tell myself that I'm actually close to being profitable instead of further because I do not want to be further out.
I
I'm tired
feel
of
it.
working there.
What helps me is like really identifying what my errors were, and I think it's still the same shit. Well, for sure this week it was more structure and supply and demand. I feel like I missed trades because I had a supply or demand close, yet we were breaking structure, so I was too scared to take the trade. Like the one Eloy took, break shorting at like around 57.10. I had a demand somewhat close, so I was too scared to take it. Um, but for me right now, I think I'm really struggling with structure, just like really understanding. I mean, I understand it, I just don't mark them right, which is
What do you mean?
like here. Let me show you. I mean, where's my shit at?
Hey, do you guys just want to like talk about certain things instead of going through each trade each day?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, cool.
Like, I'm down to specifically talk about like this week was a good week for me because I felt like after
Oh,
reading those books.
if you
Oh,
if you wanna talk about your trades, you can go for it. I'm down for that too. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't need to watch like the entire book map, but like just to explain what I was seeing because I think it was like very rooted in the books that you gave me over the last week, and I was like really applying that information. And I was also remembering like there was moments where Gabe and Eric were like really on a good one where they were understanding their market like some and just in a better way. But then like we're at now where you guys feel how you feel about it. And so to me, I was just like, well, it was just a good moment, like a good lesson to learn. Like, don't let the lesson go away. Like, keep it in mind, but don't let it like discourage you when you lose again, thinking you followed your plan. But
Yeah, it comes and goes.
but I was like very just shocked at how I was calling certain things that I was reading, and then it went in my favor. Even like the trades that I lost, I was like, yep, I saw that, and that was on me. And then it was just a confidence that I haven't had before of what I was reading.
That's good, man. I'm glad they're helping you, honestly. That market structure pamphlet PDF kind of like helped me with market structure back in the day, but I'm just trying to get better at it.
Like for this one, this 57.10 at pre-market low is around where Eloy had shorted it, and there was an outlier. But before the market even opened, I didn't mark it as a zone. and I marked this 1 hour demand as a zone. So when it came to making my levels, I didn't put that as a level of interest, although it was pre-market low. I don't know. I just was focusing on supply and demand. And then when like I zoom out on the 4 hour, it didn't seem like an important level. Like it just seemed like we were I mean here there's some I don't know what I guess resistance because it pulled back again, but I just couldn't identify that as a key area. And I
I'm
ended
looking
up
at it. I'm looking at it right now, and the 1 hour looks way more key than the other one. It just looks like it's being respected more.
yeah, one, two. But see, like this would have this probably confused me. This I guess makes sense, but I don't know. I just couldn't identify it as a key area, and that like pissed me off. Ending the day, like I was just like, damn, I completely was unable to see that, which annoyed me a lot.
Mm.
But I think also because we've switched to this ES M25, I that also struggled. I also struggled with that because previously, like if levels didn't make sense here, I was able to zoom out more and then go to like the older times, and I'd be like, oh, okay, there's something there even over here. But with this ESM 25 chart, I can't see that as clear. Which
When are you gonna switch over?
what?
When are you gonna switch over?
I'm definitely switching over now because we filled that gap already, or that. Where is it? Is it this one? No. Wait, it is this one, right?
Um, around 57.40 or 58.20.
The contract rollover
Oh,
date. It was on the 14th. So 13, 14. Oh, it's because I'm already on the rollover one. You can't see it, but the gap's around right here, and we broke under it already, so I don't have to worry about it anymore.
So
So
we
I'm
chart.
going.
So we chart ES today then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
and you're
And
doing
NQ.
yeah, NQ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I also was thinking about just my overall learning process, like the way I intake information. And I realized when I took that break off a whole month of trading, it allowed me to go into February super disciplined, where it was like, okay, you're only taking one trade and like that's all you're focusing on, high quality setup. And then I guess I got hyped on February, and then going into March, I kind of got a bit careless. Like I was still somewhat disciplined, but I definitely overtraded more than in February. So I feel like going into April, like I got to get back into that. Like, okay, you're only taking one high quality setup and don't like get distracted by anything else because I definitely feel like I lost sight of that a bit. Um, so I'm gonna try to like stay disciplined on that, and because like I had said in the during the week, I realized that taking two trades has kind of like put me deep in a hole in my losses. But that just breaking that down for me like really helped me be like, okay, like there's still things you need to work on that you haven't fully taken control of. Um,
What days do you want to talk about your trades, Igor?
Obviously, just the winners, but it was just Friday and Thursday. Well, no,
but
I could talk about a loss because it was this loss that I took on Wednesday that changed my trades for the next 2 days. Where I happened to see something very specifically that I'm like, well, that's gone now because it was like a channel that I saw that I was like, oh, it's respecting this channel, and it respected it all week, and I didn't catch on to that until I took my losing trades on Wednesday, and so then my following trades were based off that channel.
Oh, I do remember you mentioning that channel. I also was struggling with the when the market moves, like makes these drops. I can feel myself getting emotional about it. Like, fuck, I missed out, and like,
Yeah.
make keeping myself in the game is so tough sometimes. But on Monday, I fucking my first trade was a mistake because I completely disregarded the news week that I was looking at. And I was looking at the previous week and not this week. So I didn't even know news was coming out at 6:45 and I entered my trade at 6:44. So I already just
Oh,
started the week off.
damn, that sucks.
And then
Was that
that
one in what?
what I was gonna say that just made my second trade be horrible just because I was already like off my game, I think.
Hmm. Is that when the Neil guy was speaking or whatever?
No, it was a PMI at 6:45.
Uh,
And that trade, like I lost $16. Like, okay, that's a decent risk management. But then the next trade I lost $30 and I'm like, that shit's trash. Um but yeah, that was my Monday. Did you take any trades on Monday?
I only took trades on Thursday.
I took 2
You
losses.
only took a trade on Thursday?
I did.
Yep.
What was your trade?
We're talking to me. My bad. I kept responding.
Yeah, you.
Okay, I'll open it up. Let me share to. Hold on. Okay, mine is all very specific to the plan I saw. I'm just getting my screens ready.
Dude, but looking at this sell off we had on what day is it? Was it the 25th? On Wednesday? No, the 26th. I was rewatching Aristoto's market recap or whatever he does, and the way it was retesting, it doesn't look as clean on ES. I think on he was breaking down how he was seeing a short coming. It kind of looks better on this ES, the regular one. But the way it was popping up to retest this previous support here was like a key sign that this was going to be a key level of interest, and it just sold off perfectly from there. Even on SPY, I think.
Yeah, that I had that old daily formed as well, and it didn't like it wasn't respected. It would do something around it, but I didn't know how to like view it as support or resistance.
Um, See, that's what I mean by having that ESM25 didn't allow me to see that clearly. Like, it, the zone didn't look as obvious as it does on ES here. So I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like I misread this area here. So I need to be more cautious of that, definitely. Um, what were you gonna say, Eloy?
I'm gonna share my screen then just to show you all my trades. Um, am I sharing anything?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I forgot how to get into it.
I'm in. You got to click on like one of the screens in the bottom that shows mine.
There you go. I see.
So this is just the chart. So the context that I was coming up with. I think this is the 90-minute, and this is the channel I was talking about.
What day is this? What day are we going over?
Thursday.
All right.
Yep. This is the channel that it's been respecting. Why is this? Okay. And so like it respected it. I think this was Monday. It got up here Wednesday, or this is Wednesday, so this is Thursday right here. And I paid attention to it extra on Thursday and Friday because I finally understood that it was respecting it like on these days. Because on this day I was taking I forgot which one of these days I was taking longs, and I was like, oh, it's respecting the channel, so I was losing. But when it got here on Thursday, I was like, all right, we're under pre-market. We're close to yesterday's low, and I'm like, so my bias is longs because I'm like, I think it's gonna respect the channel, so my bias is longs, and I'm like, I have to wait, obviously, so you have to see what the market does at first. And I was like, if it goes underneath this channel, I had a bias that it's gonna close this gap and then go up, and that's exactly how it went down. So that's what my plan was, and that was like the first time I felt I ever came up with a plan, and that's exactly what it did. So
I didn't even see that channel.
what happened?
Yeah, I didn't mark it.
I don't know what happened.
No wonder, but I took shorts during there. No wonder it didn't fucking work.
You can't see my screen right now, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't see it. Well, I can see my screen on my computer, but like I was just looking at it on a.
Oh yeah, it'll do that. You gotta look at it through your computer.
Okay. So, anyways, so you see that I'm looking at Bookmap now.
No, I didn't see
Oh,
that.
see, that's what I'm talking about. Let me. How do I switch when I'm streaming?
If you go to share screen, it allows you to change screen.
I gotta go to stop streaming real quick. I'm gonna go back to it. I thought it was gonna let me share that whole window. All right, but so I'm back.
Now I see Bookmap.
Okay. And so yeah, right here is this whole white part. This whole square is the gap, and it got to the gap. It closed it. Saw the outlier right here, and then that's when I was like, this is where the nerves kick in because I'm like, is it gonna take off now at this first outlier? And that's when I saw it kind of respected it. It kind of respected it, and then that's when I just chose to get in, and I was correct. And then my I shouldn't have got out but I got to train myself to see this. But this is VWAP, and I'm like, damn, it came back. So obviously I got out right here because I saw it kind of struggling, but it stayed above VWAP and then took off again. And
What was the
Why was
size
that-
of that card?
say again?
Go for it, Eric.
Go.
Go ahead.
I said, why was that your target?
I think this area, like the highs or where the market was at first. Like
Previous
this,
Oh,
highs.
you early?
I mean, I exited right where like it got to it, and then it just stalled for a second, and yeah, I just got out as soon as I saw it stalling.
But usually I'd be like, okay, my target's high a day, and it doesn't seem like it hit that high a day there.
I think I picked like a range near high day. Yeah, it doesn't look like it got over it right there. I don't remember how I saw it, but it was a target that I picked because I'm looking at when I was writing all the numbers down. And
On your chart, is 57.42 anything?
57. It's the channel. Now I'm just seeing that now. That
The bottom of the channel?
yeah, it's the bottom of the channel.
That makes sense then.
It's 43.
What size was the outlier?
I think it was like it was one of those zooming in out ones that kept changing, but it was like around 800.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it was 800. I remember because it made me second guess getting in because it wasn't 1,000.
oh yeah.
But I saw like this test right here, didn't get underneath it, and then I got in a little early, but then it didn't get underneath it again. I got in like right here and it didn't get underneath, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those parts are the stressful parts because I set my stop and I'm like, please respect it, please respect it. But that was just
Where was your stop?
57.25. So the way I do this, if you guys ever see my screenshots, is this square is exactly the prices of my target and my stop and my entry. So 57.25 is this bottom line right here, and the target is this top line right here, 57.42. But I only put
What
in.
price?
I got in at 57.29.
What price is the outlier?
57.29 ish. At least when I put the green line, you can see the green line is right there.
Nice. Good shit. That one was a good.
And that was
I did
just.
not see that.
You didn't see which one?
No, I didn't see longs. You did. Good shit.
And it was just based off that channel. Like one of the things, I'm gonna end my stream, but one of the things that the book said was that I never did at the beginning before reading it was kind of already have your idea of what you think the trades are gonna look like today. Like if longs are gonna be favored or shorts. And so I was just long biased because I feel like we're in an uptrend. We're close to the bottom of the channel. That's why at first I was like, it might want to close the gap, so don't take longs right away. Let it see what it does around that gap. It closed it, and then that's when I was like biased.
I was a dumbass because in my pre-market plan, I put we are in an uptrend, and I still took shorts. Dumb.
You're a short trader.
I do like shorts more than longs, to be honest.
Damn.
And I like longs more than shorts.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm surprised I picked anything. I was supposed to just see what the market says.
Yeah, you shouldn't. But I realized that I like to take longs.
Yeah, I like shorts better. Crazy.
On Tuesday, I had a winner, which was a good winner. But there was a lack of momentum, so it was pretty nerve wracking. Where the fuck is my? Can you guys see my chart?
Yep.
We had rejected this aggressively, and I felt like shorts kept trying, and the market just wouldn't fall. So to me, that I was just seeing it as absorption, and then especially because I was looking at SPY holding inside the 4 hour supply. I was thinking of shorts, but because SPY wouldn't break under this, I was like, okay, this isn't looking good for shorts. And then VX kept holding beneath pre-market highs, so that was a good sign for me uh on bullish side. And then this especially on NQ, it was starting to form this like trend up on VWAP as it kept bouncing off of it. And then when this one happened, I was like, okay, this is looking good. And then especially on Bookmap, I seen this 1,000 lot outlier over here. And then I was struggling to not take this short when it retested, but because of the lack of volume and momentum here, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just remain patient because I also knew that I wanted to see a recapture of this to take it long. So when it popped up the second time, the way it popped up, I was able to not focus on shorts. And then when this drop happened, it happened pretty abruptly. So I was like, okay, I have to try this, and I went ahead and tried it. It just took forever to finally get it tried up. But I was pretty hyped on my ability to like not just exit because it was struggling. So it ended up working out. And it actually popped up a lot more the rest of the day. That was my best trade of the week though.
That was Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday. But from the get go, I just felt like shorts kept trying all morning and it just would not fall. And then I liked how SPY was holding that 4 hours. So that was like my biggest sign. And then everything else just started aligning. So the only bad thing was the low volume and lack of momentum. But as far as like what I want to see, the things I want to see were appearing. So I like that one. But I can't do that all the time. Uh, I feel like you guys had walked away by then.
For Tuesday,
Yeah.
I got off at 7:30.
Oh, what time was that?
I didn't take no trades
I
that day
took.
though.
Oh, I took it right at 7. I mean, I took it at 7:12 and got out at 7:29.
I was
March
definitely
20.
respecting my plan on Tuesday because I'm reading all my notes, and every time I had like a thought, I wrote it down, but I put a timestamp next to my thought. So at 6:43, I thought something, but I didn't take any trades. At 6:50, I thought like I'm just the thoughts that I'm coming up with is like what I'm seeing the market do. Like, damn it, I'm biased on like longs, but it doesn't. It's not giving me any signs that it wants to long, and because I didn't have any plans for shorts, I was trying to make sure I didn't get in. And by
And
7:30,
see here on this day, I kept trying. This is a long. Is it? Oh no, it's a short. And then the next trade is a long. So I was using this. Fuck. This is where I'm saying structure again. I was using this 4-hour demand as my key level, which it kind of was because of the way it rejected off of here. But due to the large sell off, I feel like I was trying to get in too early rather than letting the market digest the sell off. So my first trade was at 7:28, so around here. So it was like the market sold off. I mean, it did digest here somewhat, but then when it finally came into the zone, liked how it broke under and then it popped back up, and I tried shorting it here, but I think I wrote 5804. I just used the wrong outlier in this situation. 5804. Oh yeah, because I seen a zero print here, and then I seen this large outlier, and I remember Carmine said he likes when there's a lack of volume and using that as a key level. So I kind of tried this with the new setup in mind, due to because usually I use zero print as my target rather than my entry, but I'm not gonna do that again because it didn't work here. So it had broke under demand and then it was popping back up, and I was like, okay, if it pops up and rejects, then I'll try it. Uh, and then here I tried it like on this sell off, like this selling here, but it just wasn't strong enough to keep it dropping and it ended up bouncing higher. And then in hindsight, this consolidation here is actually where the retest was, and this is where the selling really started happening that caused this whole sell off here. So I feel like that's what I'm saying with structure. I'm struggling because I was using this 4-hour demand, but on Bookmap there is consolidation like up here. So it's like I'm trying to see what I really want to use as my key level. I don't really know how to get like really analyze which is. I mean, my entry on that 5804 wasn't the greatest either. I kind of, like I said, I used the zero print as my entry rather than my exit, so that wasn't right. But then up here, did I try that other? Oh, over there, my next trade was a long, so I switched my analysis. I took it at 7:57, so 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So up here now we were holding above 4-hour demand. So I was like, oh, this is probably gonna bounce. But in hindsight, what was NQ doing? 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. NQ was kind of like slowly doing this grind up, so that was a bad sign for longs. Um, but yeah, it's that key level situation on this day for me. I had a 4-hour demand and I was seeing it hold inside. It just didn't work out.
But on Bookmap, do you think you weren't seeing outliers, right?
Uh, I used this outlier as my short, and then for my long, I think I got pissed and I didn't screenshot my book map for my long. But what really like when I went back and reviewed it, I feel like this here, like it clearly was holding as support multiple times when it was trying to sell off. So when the market popped back up, I should have, and then the volume that built up here, I should have waited for that to get tested. And it was in the back of my head, but this outlier here made me want to try it.
Damn.
So that's my that was my last trade of the week.
Let me end
I
this
kind of
video
just
real
stayed
quick.
watching.
It was Thursday, yeah.
You want to go over your 28th, Eloy?
Yep, I'll do that. Let me pull them up. One second. So I took 2 trades. My first one was a loss, and then I figured it out. All right. So first I'm going to share the chart since I can't seem to figure out how to share the whole screen or whatever is on it. Oh, is it share all applications on this window?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think all right then. So let me try that. Okay, yeah. So this is the 28th, right? I was long bias again because I think the market has like reversed from that drop. I'm not zoomed out enough to on this long chart, but here's my channel again. So clearly I've been having a long bias, but I'm like, well, Eloy, like look at the channel because there's something really happening every time it gets to the top and bottom. I have 2 red lines because this was the original channel. And then in pre-market the day before when I was charting, I was like, damn, it's kind of getting under it. And it's like staying under it. So even though I was still long bias because I wrote that on my notes for the morning, I needed to see what it did on this second line that I had charted as well. And so then I had to immediately reverse my bias, and I was like, all right, well now I got to just see if shorts are going to work because I did try one long here and I was wrong. And that's what I was like, I had to change my bias. And so then this second circle is just the second trade, but it's not the way that I charted on Bookmap. So I'm gonna go to Bookmap right now. But I was just giving y'all the context. So then, see, it kind of looks like, oh, no, it's here. Why does it go away? All right, so here's my first trade. Just so I explain some of the lines, the dotted lines are the outliers from the day before. I've been because when I open up Bookmap, they stay saved solid, but I just make them dotted so I have them in mind of what happened in that price area the day before.
So that didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. This first trade didn't work. There's a loss. And but I don't use the dotted lines as like outliers or confirmations for the day of. It was just like I don't take those as trades. I saw something else in the trade. I'm just letting you know they become areas of interest for me. I forgot what I saw with those dotted lines right now.
What was your outlier here?
Damn, I don't know. I feel dumb about this trade right now. I think it was just because I was long and I don't see no outlier. I can't remember. It was staying above yesterday's high and above pre-market. And I had a 15-minute right here as well. And so I think I was just trying to validate my long bias, and clearly it is an impatient trade. So that was wrong. But then I changed my bias after I saw it got under a VWAP. There's an outlier that popped up right here. So, and it was just breaking through all the support that I had. I was like, you know what? I don't think this is long anymore. And then it was underneath my second line of the channel. So I just changed my bias, saw this outlier. It went up above it. Nothing happened. And then until I got in on the retest over here, and it had that quick spike down. And for me, that spike down, even though I entered and it came back up, I was like, I think it's gonna respect it because it created some O prints right here, and I was like, oh, it has to get back down to those because it spiked. Well, right now it doesn't show it because of the time I took the screenshot, but there was like some O prints in this range, right here, that I was like, it has to go get those again because you guys understand. I'm sure you guys know this, but how the auction works is like, if those spikes happen, um, it tends. I'm trying to understand how to read those spikes because of like since it goes so fast, how many orders weren't filled because of that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys deal with that, right? Like you see that, or at least I'm like always envisioning how does an auction work? How does an auction work? And I'm like, damn, if that happened, what about all the people that were right here trying to make something happen and they just got avoided? And so that's why my short bias continued. I was like, even though it came back up, it didn't test my stop. It stayed underneath the outlier, and then yeah, it got to the O prints because my original target was 56.97, which would have been around right here. And at the time on SVP, it didn't have anything transacting underneath that. But I wasn't given any reason to think. Oh, Carmine said something where he was like he saw how price was testing out new prices. Is that how he calls it? Like when it's testing new prices, so it's like, oh, I might be interested in shorts because it keeps testing new lower prices.
Yeah, I've heard him say something like that.
Okay, so throughout the whole market, like from the beginning, I was seeing how SVP was like, I don't know, I don't remember right now, but SVP didn't have volume underneath certain prices. And so from all the way up, like all the way down here, I just kept seeing it creating new lows, new lows, new lows. So I was like, oh, I'm going to just keep staying low because at the moment there was no SVP volume underneath my original target. But I was like, I think it's going to keep testing new lows. And yep, it did right away. Like it wasn't like a stall that worried me. It immediately dropped. And then it stalled right here, but it dropped again. And that's when I got out, even though I could have stayed in longer. But it was a nice little 90 pointer.
90 pointer?
90K. 90K win.
That was a good one too.
But
what looking at the chart in hindsight, what I would have liked was seeing that 5909 area that you have there is pre-market low. Go back to your chart. Yeah, it's 59. It's a pre-market low, and it had created I believe it was a double bottom. So when it broke under, that was a good sign for shorts. But those demands beneath were scaring me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a double bottom. It created a low at around 1 a.m. and then at 6 a.m. it created another low down there at pre-market low. So when it popped and then pulled back down, it was a good opportunity to take that short.
I also use the lines, like this white line is if you read it, it says 2-hour pre-market former resist. So when I make it white and put former resist or former support, like I really look at that to see it was like a target at first, or at least somewhat like if it's gonna break through, it's like, oh, it's former resist, but it like shot through immediately, or not immediately. This is the 1 minute chart, but it kind of felt like, oh, this is gonna not respect. It's not gonna be support anymore, even though it was a former resistance. And I don't know. This is the way I see it live because it's hard to explain right now. I guess I might have been too hyped and didn't take as many notes as I did on my losses, but I must have like walked away after the win, and I was like, all right, that's cool. Let me walk away because I don't have like a gang of notes on these wins.
Yeah, man, whatever's working for you. I mean, it seems to be working.
Fucking sell off, man.
No.
Missed it.
I'm gonna end this share.